Hi, do you want to see a YouTube channel that sucks?
So I like to call this video 10 types of selfies. I do not recommend that you attempt any of these selfies because they may be dangerous to your health and or reputation.
Okay, great. Now do you want to see a YouTube channel that doesn't suck? Hi, welcome to my channel. Before we get into this video, I just want to thank today's sponsor, Skillshare, and we're going to talk a little bit more about them later on in this video. Hi, okay, in all seriousness, I am so incredibly passionate about YouTube. I love YouTube. I've loved YouTube ever since I found out what it was. Literally, this girl in elementary school, she told me about YouTube, and I was infatuated, and I'll remember her forever, not only because she told me about YouTube, but one day she threw up all over my desk, and now that's why I have a fear of throwing up. So I know that this YouTube channel has started producing content like about a year and a half ago, but I've literally been making YouTube videos since elementary school, since as long as I can remember. I made webkins videos, I made music videos, I was in a collab channel, I made skits, I made all sorts of types of videos, and I probably had like 3 or 4 channels, and I quit every single time because I was too afraid of people finding them, which is so weird and funny because literally the whole point of YouTube now is trying to get as many people to watch your videos as possible. And then one day on September 14th, I think it was, a star was born, and the star being me. And that's when I decided that YouTube has been my calling for literally years. It's the thing that I enjoy the most. It's the thing that I've been lacking from my life. And then I started YouTube again. It's been literally the best decision I've ever made in my entire life, and I've never been happier. So if you've been feeling similarly, this video is for you. The growth of my channel didn't really start until I was like a year into making videos. So that means a year of me making my YouTube videos. It was for a very small audience. It was a lot of work, and it was 0 pay. But I do want to emphasize that if this is your dream, if this is your calling, that might be one of the things that you have to do in order to get where you want to be. And I'll talk a little bit more about that as we get on into the video. And now I'm here a year and a half into making videos, and I have 165,000 subscribers. But in today's video, I'm going to be giving you 10 tips of how to not have a channel that sucks and things that I just wish that younger Nikki Nasty knew before starting her channel. Also, this video is inspired by the very first podcast episode that I had, and it's called How I Became a YouTuber and How You Can Become One Too. It's an hour long of me diving a lot deeper into this, so if you want to give that a listen, go ahead. So yeah, check out my new podcast. It's called Talk Nasty to Me, and it's on Apple Podcasts and Spotify, and I'm working on it being in other places. So, and of course, before we get into tip number 1, make sure to subscribe if you want to be nasty, and if not, you're disgusting. Okay. Tip number 1, just start filming. I get so many DMs on my Instagram literally asking what should my first video be about. And the plain and simple answer that I have is do whatever you want. But obviously you should be making content that you love and enjoy, but also be smart about it. If you don't have a following on your other social media accounts, don't do a Q&A. Unless you're like Dixie D'Amelio, where she did her first video as a Q&A, but she literally has millions of followers, so it made sense for her to do a Q&A. In all honesty, your video will probably suck. You're probably just learning how to film, you're probably just learning how to edit, you're probably just learning how to talk to a camera. A year and a half ago, I sucked talking to a camera. I want to make this video really bad, and now I feel like super confident and comfortable talking to you in front of a camera. Just film your first video. If you keep pushing it off and waiting for the right time to start, it's never gonna be the right time to start. If you have an idea, make it come to life, spend a lot of time editing that video, crafting it perfectly, doing it exactly how you want it, finding a style for yourself. No one's expecting anything of you. So this is the time to just really enjoy making your first video. Tip number 2, study YouTube. I know that your mom Ashley has talked about this in her video, but I relate to this so incredibly hard, is that you will never view YouTube the same after you become a YouTuber. Whenever I'm watching like one of my favorite YouTubers, I'm like, oh, that's really cool that they did that editing, or I really liked what they did in this part of the video, and I'm constantly analyzing the video, and I'm also a media studies student, so that kind of might have something to do with it. Study your inspirations, study your favorite YouTubers and why you like those certain things. If you like that kind of content, chances are you probably want to make content like that as well, because it's like what you like watching, and you should be making content that you enjoy watching it. But there is a fine line between getting inspiration from some of your favorite YouTubers and copying your favorite YouTubers. So I'm gonna give you 4 iconic YouTubers. Conan Gray, Best Dressed, Emma Chamberlain, David Dobrik. They are all 4 very different YouTubers, and they're all known to be themselves. And what do all 4 of those YouTubers experience? people copying them. I know Conan Gray isn't a YouTuber anymore. Their style has been mimicked so many times. If I wanted to watch a best dressed video, then I would watch her video. Like, come on. Think of the person that copies David Dobrik videos. Yeah, not good, right? It's disrespectful to the content creator because they put hours and time, months, years into creating their own style. Don't do that to them. Watched a video in class yesterday. Never thought that I would use my degree towards my YouTube, but a thief steals, but a genius borrows. Remember that. All right, kids. Same thing goes for thumbnails. If you find a thumbnail and you're so inspired by that, you want to click on a thumbnail like that, learn how to make thumbnails like that, but don't copy it exactly. Nobody wants to see that. Make it your own. And honestly, I can't even tell you like a time where my style was like set in stone. I feel like it's constantly evolving, but like my video style from a year ago is different than what it is now. Tip number 3. Don't be a jack of all trades or a Nicole of all trades. My professor assigned us a book. Believe it or not, I read a book that my professor assigned. Can you believe it? And it was all about business and how to be a good worker and blah, 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 and boring stuff. And it's a lot about how the most successful people are not jack of all trades, but instead they have their own niche. They have their own thing that they're super duper good at, and then everyone knows them for that thing. I'll use the same examples of the YouTubers as before. Best Dressed is known for her fashion videos, and prior to Best Dressed, there wasn't as big of a fashion community on YouTube. And that goes for her editing style as well, her shooting style. She just has a very specific aura to her. Find one thing that you're super good at and make videos about that. Find your like little hidden talent about yourself that makes you stand out. Tip number 4. Upload consistently. Set a specific day of the week that you'll be uploading. Set a specific time that you'll be uploading. I did not see a significant growth in my channel until I literally started uploading every single hump day. And the only reason I uploaded on Wednesdays was so that I could call it hump day. Now I upload consistently every Thursdays and Sundays. More than once a week is ideal because people are content hungry and always want to be watching videos. I'll see this literally so many times. Like, I'll be on Facebook and people are like, hey, I'm starting a YouTube channel. I'm be uploading my first video very soon. And then they never upload their first video. Or they'll upload their first video and then they won't upload again for weeks or months. Don't do that. Don't say that you're gonna do something, just show it. It goes a long way and people will trust you a lot more. Of course, life gets busy and gets in the way, but I'm telling you right now, YouTube is a massive time commitment. Now at this point in my life, it takes up most of my time, and I'm incredibly happy with that because this is literally everything that I've always wanted to be doing. Just know that if you're not uploading consistently, you probably won't see a massive growth in your channel. Also, it's not a really good idea if you're uploading like 3 videos in a week and then you don't upload for like 2 weeks. Don't do that. Space them out. If you know that you're gonna be really busy for those next 2 weeks, save those 2 other videos and then upload once per week. It's better than nothing. Tip number 5. Don't invest in equipment right away. Let me give you an example. So when I was little, I really wanted to be a very good drawer. And I was an okay drawer, but I wasn't amazing. And so I was like, okay, well, if I buy really expensive art equipment, that'll make me a better drawer because I have better equipment, duh. Wrong. I still drew the trash ass drawings that I drew, even with expensive ass markers. Because guess what? Having good equipment doesn't make you a good creator. When I started off my YouTube channel, I used a DSLR camera that I already had in my house. It was like my family's. The lens, it was not that good. It did not have a viewfinder. I did not have a microphone. I used that camera for like over 6 months until I knew that I wanted to take YouTube very seriously. Having good equipment will not make you a good YouTuber. I also say this because you might quit. You know what I mean? Like, you might start doing YouTube and you're like, I don't really enjoy this. And then you just bought all this camera equipment and like, for what? I have literally not bought most of my equipment until this last 6 months. For example, external hard drive, really good quality one. Didn't buy this until a few months ago. Microphone with a pop filter, literally didn't buy this until like last month. My computer that I literally do all my editing on, didn't buy this until a few months ago. My camera that I'm recording on now, didn't buy it until last month. iPad that I do all my thumbnails on, didn't buy it until a few months ago. My point in this all being is that I was... Yes, sir? Okay. My point in this being is that I did perfectly fine without all this equipment. The reason I have all this equipment now is because I chose to invest the money that I've been making from YouTube back into my equipment. Same thing goes for like editing programs. Like, I didn't get Final Cut Pro until many months in. If you haven't mastered iMovie yet, why jump right into Final Cut Pro? You're just gonna confuse yourself. You're not gonna like it as much, and probably you won't get all the functions out of it that you could. Equipment is so expensive. Save your money. What? I say this to people all the time when they ask me what kind of camera they should get. If you have an iPhone, and if it has a good camera, use your iPhone. You would honestly be so surprised at so many videos that I've made on my channel that was strictly just made on my iPhone. About last month, I decided to sell my vlogging camera, which was my main camera that I filmed all my videos on, and I decided to invest in a bigger and better camera, and I sold my old one because even when I was going out, I didn't really want to pull out my vlog camera. Like, I would just pull out my phone. Use the resources that you have, test yourself, see how good you can get with just the equipment that you do have, and you'll surprise yourself and it'll make you a better YouTuber in the long run. And with all that being said, I want to talk a little bit about Skillshare. Thank you so much for sponsoring today's video. Skillshare is an online learning community with thousands of classes for creative people like you and like me. And it's so cool and I love it because you can learn new skills or you can deepen existing passions. And if you're an anxious person like me, you can use some creative classes to find some self-discovery, you know? That's what this video is all about. And they have so many cool classes from lifestyle, photography, graphic design, and I know that all of you will like that because I like that. And like I was talking about iPhone videos before, I've been loving their class called iPhone Filmmaking with Niles Gray and Caleb Babcock, how to create with your phone. And I love that class because I can learn how to take better videos with my iPhone, and if you're somebody who wants to start a YouTube channel, doesn't have your own camera, this is literally perfect for you. And it's great because it's curated specifically for learning, so there's no ads and they're always rolling out new classes. And did I mention it's less than $10 a month with an annual subscription? So the first 1,000 people to click the link in my description will get a 2-month free trial to their premium subscription, and you can explore your creativity. Make sure to take advantage of this opportunity, and thank you so much again, Skillshare, for sponsoring today's video. Okay, so tip number 6. Engage with your audience. Whether your audience is literally 5 people and it's your family and your friends, thank them for even taking the time to support you and watch your content. I love engaging with my audience. That's why I read every single comment. I respond to as many people as I can. I love responding to DMs. And it's awesome because a lot of times people will give you suggestions of like what they liked in the video, what they didn't like in the video. So take that into consideration. It's like you're getting your free critique every single video. It's your audience. On top of that, what I like to do is actually showing my videos to my friends or my family before I post it, because then I can notice like what people didn't like so much, what people liked a lot, and make more emphasis on that in the future. But yeah, literally no matter what size of an audience you have, thank them because they are the reason that you're even on this platform and why you get to do what you do, so be very grateful for that. Tip number 7, do not make it a goal to have a viral video. This mentality of always wanting a viral video is not healthy. You're probably also going to notice that you don't even like the content that you're making. If you're making every single video with the intention of it getting the most amount of views, not really the right mentality to have for YouTube. I say this because I've had this mentality in the past, like, oh my god, I need to make this video. I don't really want to make this video, but I want to make this video because I know it'll get a lot of views. What's the point in that? You know what I mean? Like, why are you doing YouTube then? It's unenjoyable. It shows. It's so obvious. You can see right through people when they do that. There have been so many times that I've made a video and I'm like, oh my god, this is gonna be it. Like, this is gonna get so many views, and then it's some of my like least viewed videos. And then there's been videos that I've made and I just didn't think anything of it. It's just like my regular video. I love it. I put in 100% of the work into it and it blows up, and that just happens. Like, YouTube is just funny like that. Tip number 8 is prepare to put in so many hours into this before you get anything out of it. Like I said before, I didn't make a single dime until I was on YouTube for 1 year. That means 1 year of putting in so many hours into my work, and I didn't make a single penny. And I didn't think anything of it because I love doing it. I had so much fun doing it, and I just knew that if I kept up with it, good things would come along the way, and then they did. But don't let money be the motivation for your videos. Like I said, that is so obvious and it shows. Work hard, be so proud of every single piece of content that you put out there. It will be so worth it in the end. But I'm not gonna lie, it is a challenge because you're putting in all this work and sometimes you see no return. Sometimes you see no views, and it's just like, oh, what am I working for? And so I'm so happy that I put in that 1 year of work without getting anything in return, because it's made me such a better YouTuber today, I feel like. Tip number 9, choose who you work with wisely. So if you have a YouTube channel that doesn't suck, you are getting views, you have an audience, you're really proud of it, you're working hard at it, you're probably getting approached by managers, multi-channel networks, agencies, that kind of stuff. Choose who you work with so wisely. Don't just sign a contract because it's your very first contract and you're excited about it. Don't do that. I'm signed with Fullscreen and they're a multi-channel network, and so I have 2 managers, Mackenzie and Matilda. They're literally everything. I love you. But with that being said, I sat on the contract that I was sent for a month. I read through it, I had other people read through it. Don't just sign something because it's the first thing that you got. And also, it might not be for you. You might not want managers. You might not want to be with a multi-channel network, and that's okay too, but you need to find out what works best for you. For me personally, I am happy I'm with a multi-channel network because I have managers who are able to negotiate deals better than I ever could, and they're able to answer emails better than I ever could. They're able to help me with so much that I never knew about, and that's why I love working with them. But at the same time, there are people who are really knowledgeable and might not want to work with somebody, and that's totally okay. Choose your team and who you work with very, very wisely, because you're putting your money on the line and you're also putting a lot of other stuff on the line legally. So yeah. And my last tip number 10, live by David Dobrik's words. I don't remember what video it's in or what interview it's in, but basically he talked about if you make videos, make them so good, be so proud of them that if one of your friends was like, let's pull it up on the television, you would not be embarrassed and you would not stop them. I used to be so embarrassed in middle school because like my teachers would pull up my videos on like the smart board, and that was so awful for me and like it hurt me on the inside. But now, like who I am today, I'm totally okay with it because I'm proud of my content that I make. Maybe I wouldn't be okay with it being in a classroom because not everything that I say is like, you know, clean. For the most part, I would be totally okay with it because I'm proud of what I do and I'm not ashamed of it anymore. That is really all the tips that I have for you today to have a channel that doesn't suck ass, you know? Like I said, I'm so happy and grateful that I have made a YouTube channel. It's been the best decision I've ever made in my entire life. And thank you so much to everyone who's literally helped me get to where I am today, whether it's giving me advice or my managers or my mom for watching all my videos, you know what I mean? I hope that this helped you at least a little bit if you want to start making a channel. And if you didn't, I don't know why you sat through this whole entire video, but hey, now you have this advice to give to others. If you like this video, you can like it. It helps me out a lot. And you can also comment because I read every single comment. You can also subscribe if you want to be nasty, and if not, you're disgusting. Also, go check out my new podcast, Talk Nasty to Me, and if you want to learn more about this topic, just watch episode number 1. Listen to episode number 1. That's so weird to say now. If you want to follow me on my other social media, it's just at Nicole Rafiee, and if you want to follow me on my TikTok, it's at Nikki Nasty. I'm gonna go now because I am going to my last class of my junior year ever. I mean, it's on Zoom, but still. Ah! Okay, bye.